Делает больно надо. Hey! Делает больно.
Кать, не дергайся.
Так, ты кому катькаешь, холоп?
Блин, легче вязать научиться.
И вообще, ты кто такой, чтобы с императрицами Пиногриджи прибухивать?
Главнокомандующий имперских сил Вселенной, на секундочку.
There was this lightness and aimless joy to that eeriness and ominous looming end that we were reminded of throughout. Just when we got swept up in romance or something tender or fun, then the title card of the next segment of how soon we were to the final days would remind us that I just thought it was lovely to see those intimacies and attempt to find a semblance of normality. The presence of new life in the midst of wreckage was just a really rich juxtaposition. The make believe, the denial, all ripe with emotionally contradictory feelings. And what kept me going was that safe space of love present throughout, due to that very comfortable chemistry between the characters and the space within the piece that allowed the audience to sit in it as an observer to the relationship, but almost as feeling as if I was a part of the relationship, also integrated into that.
Just the idea of this young couple, Katya and Sasha, living in a world of impending doom. They're in a little town off the side of the Russian highway. They talk about the M4. It was fascinating to see them run about the town and try and enjoy themselves, knowing that their future is going to escape them. And they contemplate their lives as if they have the future. They talk about their child that they're about to have. Especially Katya, and Sasha has to try and ground her. Where are their families? It's so interesting, these unanswered questions. They walk by a mural of parents' hands and a child's hands, and it's very effective. I loved the countdown. That just made it more realistic. It was very engaging.
Great script. I felt like it was naturally written dialogue, something that you would expect to be said when you're reacting to what the person said next to you or what happened. So I really like that type of dialogue. Just seemed to be very naturally flowing for the situation. Very nice. I really love the scenes where, she finds out she's pregnant, but it's like they know it's not really going to go anywhere. They're doomed for whatever reason is happening right now. The town is very isolated. Honestly, part of it, I'm not even sure if some of these people are actually there or it's like a fantasy. The person in the theater, the person at the drugstore where they bought the pregnancy test. And I think they were. I think some people are just pretending to still work to give themselves some hope, or like the lady at the drugstore didn't charge them, of course, for the pregnancy test, but she acted like she was going to. It was like everybody's trying to act like things are a little bit normal, but there's not that many people out and about either. So it was very interesting. And then when she finds out she's pregnant and it's kind of like living the life like it's actually happening. It was just sad. It was sad, and having to go to the hospital, and he didn't want to go. And then there's a druggie at the hospital, and it's just a really sad world, but I thought it was really beautifully shot and it was interesting. I really, in particular, love the scene where they have the gender reveal and it's a boy, and the confetti and it's just a really cool take on that where the camera is. And I feel like it's a little bit in slow motion and it's kind of quiet. I just really like how that moment was secluded for me from the rest of the film almost.
This is an excellent, heartbreaking short. A young couple finds out they're expecting. The only problem is that everyone knows the Earth will be destroyed in a few days. Clever storyline, which makes the performances all the more interesting as they go on with their lives as if things were going to continue, especially the woman. The scenes with the almost empty streets, stores, and the hospital were so eerie. The day's countdown added so much tension to the film, very moving vocals and music during the dramatic scenes of the film.
Cool, just dripping with style. I really enjoyed the aesthetic here, the visual quality, this sort of bloom effect, kind of soft dreaminess to a lot of the shots. The way they use contrast and color and so thoughtfully in every scene. It's all really used to great effect. It absolutely kept me visually engaged without being distracting, while the performances and the writing really just drew me in.
It is very subtle and clever and really does intrigue you. Makes you want to know what's going on. But the real heart of the story is this kind of central relationship, which I think is captured with both great joy and pain. You know, the central couple are really endearing, and the kind of comedy that comes off of them very naturally is great. But the film also doesn't shy away from depicting the difficulties and the conflicts kind of surround the problem of trying to start a family in a world that's kind of collapsing. So it might be fantastical in its kind of setting, but it's a really potent, universal, and immediately relevant story.
I liked how the short film managed to capture both a sense of love and humor and sadness as the world ends in some ways, and the sense of hope and love is juxtaposed to that. It was very poignant.